Now we're talking about an accident here.
This is more like it.
This doesn't look... It looks much worse than it actually is. But down to it. This is surface scratches that once you strip it, which is the first step in finishing a piece like this, you strip that first layer off, and that will take care of removing most of what you see, which are scratches in the old shellac or lacquer.
Well, Bob, hey, Bill, this is your lucky day. I think if you strip this for us, we can take it up the rest of the way.
We can have to strip it for you. You do that. You can take it up the rest of the way?
Exactly.
I've seen your show. You sure you can do that?
Well, let's make it.
But wait.
Want to try?
But wait, there's more.
There's more?
Look, a lovely piece of upholstered furniture that we will also do for...
Where did that come from? Wow.
We all, I think. We're going to put
I see you're going to do one arm or just tape the center there for me?
Right here.
This is negotiation.
No, we'll do some spring repair if it needs it. We'll do the padding. We'll put on a lovely wraparound one-piece outside back. We'll give you a regular cording. You pick out the fabric.
Sounds good to me. Just,
That's a nice look.
do it right.
We will.
Do it right.
I don't know if I trust you guys. So that's the problem. I've been watching.
There's a couple dents in here that
I've always been letting you guys work on this because you guys start messing.
And you put a little Parmesan. That's not really a pizza.
Entree s'il play. What do you got there? We've got the table and chair back at our faux shop here.
And I already have applied some of the lovely orange remover.
Yes, it smells good.
And it's doing the trick. It's taking the old finish off.
Yeah, you picked just the top to do because it was the most damaged.
Well, this has the most dramatic results, too. You'll see the full, wide volume here.
The wide.
And we're going to take that, and we're going to work on that, and we're going to jump back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, I'm going to be thrilled because it's going to make my kundalini stand on end. I'm going to take my chair over to my table and place it over here. And first, just a quick run through. These are 4 basic tools you need when you're going to be stripping a chair. You've got a tack puller here, a claw, which will get the very stubborn staples out, the needle nose pliers, and of course the hickory mallet to hit yourself over the head, because who wants to do all of this stuff? Then we've got a cup that we're going to put the tacks in, and we just take them out. Now these have already been antiqued by the passage of time. So you wanna? Sure. You wanna keep them and don't break off the shaft unless, of course, it breaks off, because you might wanna save it or sell it to a dealer. And on and on. And while I do this, I think about a gentler time and a lovelier place.
Look, we move it around. I'm pushing the old finish around, and it's ready to come off. I know it is because I can tell, because I'm a professional. Here's a pair of gloves. I'm going to wear these gloves. Wait, first, oh gosh, don't ever forget this. These chips that I'm using are cedar chips, and if I don't wear this mask, I'm going to smell like a closet. Here we go. Gloves on, and we'll take the chips, and we're just going to pick up a couple handfuls, and once again, do the same motion we always do. Wait a minute. Somebody put tape under there. That was for glare. Oh, it's a pretty top. Look, it's pretty mahogany. Nice solid piece of mahogany. Got a couple little defects in it, but I don't think that'll show up after the wood is been finished. Looks so nice, it looks so fine. Now I gotta wash it. I gotta wash it with some alcohol and some lacquer thinner. And I got that right here. Take a steel wool pad and we'll wash it. Can you see how pretty that wood is? Look, that's nice and pretty. You may hear some weird sounds on the other side. It's Ed making every effort he can to get into this scene.
Mash up that hell, man.
Now, I'm going to dry this off again with the chips again. The French, the way they devised this finish was to make the end result look like glass. So what we have to do is stain this wood and then fill it using a paste wood filler, and then stain it again maybe, and then seal it so it looks pretty. In the final outcome, you can shave in it. This is a final wash. It's kind of like a paint thinner base, and it's put out by the people who make the stripper. There we go. This is, as I said, the final wash. It comes out in the final wash. And paper towels I like to use because they don't leave lint behind. So, all finished and ready to go. Now, go see Ed.
Welcome back to Upholstery Central, and I'm very happy. Why? Because something's going right for once. I just took off this cardboard piece that conforms to the shape of the chair and defines the shape of the fabric. Here's the outside back, which I've already taken off carefully. This is my cowl for when I fight crime at night. As Deco Man, we're going to cut the new fabric to this shape. And why am I also happy? Because I have found that because this was made in the modern style, and modern style had a lot to do with modularity and physics, we have a modular chair. We actually have the arms screwed into the backs by way of bolts, and then they're screwed into the base by way of a bolt around the front there. And as I pull this around, you will see so lovely, I have loosened the bolts over here, and it's coming right off. And because of the mechanized age, which defined modern and deco, they used to do this in one part of the factory, and somebody else used to manufacture another arm, and that's just how I'm going to do it. Look at all this bent wood in there. That's really, really nice. Hey! So now I'm just going to strip the arm, and then I'm going to go hit the Italian.
Oh, just finishing up sanding. Thank you. These orange gloves, they don't go with the shirt, though, I don't think. This is the stain. It's an alcohol-based, ultra-penetrating stain. And, of course, I've emptied into a little jar, so I didn't have to lug around the whole gallon bottle. Just going to pour a little bit on. And we have stain. We now have stain. Get rid of the wet one right there. Take the dry and evenly and with the grain wipe the stain. That's it.
Les exploded chaises Françaises. Hey, look, we took the chair apart, we took it down to the springs. I'm not replacing the springs. Why? They're fine, and I'm not getting paid for that. So, first thing we do is we clean the legs down with a bit of naphtha. And if you're not me, you better not inhale this. But me, I'm just thinking about all those great concerts. If you've got a stubborn stain, that's what steel wool is for. Or else King Tut. Batman! Okay? I'll do it on that, but they don't want me to right now. Anyway, do I have to clean this? No, because that's under the fabric. Now, we go to the oil, the alcohol-based stain, which is the same stain that Joe did the top on. And I will rub this stain on very quickly. I'll get a little more for the front. Oh, a lovely red color it imparts. Get those edges too. The bottoms, nah. Hey, back here you can say inspected by Fifi. It's made in France. Now
you ready for that real exciting part here. The stain is dry, and we have to fill because, you know, the look of the modern finish of the Moderne was that of like sleek glass, and because mahogany's got little tiny pores, we want to fill that. You can fill it with lots of coats of lacquer or varnish, but if you use the paste wood filler that I'm using here, you can get away with less coats. This is the filler out of the can. See, it's kind of lumpy, and it's like this. And I put it in this little paint tray, added a little bit of naphtha, and smoothed it out to the consistency of like chocolate syrup, I guess. And this has been dry. And now I'm going to paint this across the grain. And what this does is it will soak down into the wood, into the very pores of the wood. The very pores. Sounds very dramatic, doesn't it? The very pores of the wood. And it will dry, kind of a flat color, and then you wipe off all of the excess. Grain is running this way, and I am brushing perpendicular to that grain. Now you might see this here. What is this? It's not underarm hair. This is the old horse hair that we removed out of a chair. And I'm going to use this to remove the wood filler, because it is rough and it is an abrasive. Now we've got to remove off the excess. I've got most of it off. I'm using the horse hair, and you can see this one has got badly clogged. And you just rub across the grain. Why isn't the table moving? Got some masking tape underneath, holding it down. The final patch. And now all the remover is gone. I mean, all of the filler is gone. Oh, here we are.
Oh, I'm just getting the booth ready for you.
You know, that filler's got to dry overnight, so
yeah,
just
so you
give
may
us
as
a
well come
chance
and do this.
To spray the legs here, because they've got to upholster, and you always finish the wood before you do the upholstery.
Now, this is a collapsible spray booth that we've made with birch and some plastic, and it's got piano hinges. It collapses.
It folds up. It's got a nice, neat little handle on it, too.
Sure, if you're going to carry something this big.
Now, we're not advocating that everybody build a spray booth.
As a matter of fact, nobody should build a spray booth.
Because if you live in a little section like South Philadelphia, where I grew up in a little row home, you know, in a residential neighborhood, you don't want to start spraying in your basement. You'll blow the whole street up.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Oh, but just with plastic explosives,
That's
so you
okay.
can blow up the street.
If you have a commercial building and you want to spray, then you could build a real big spray booth and you go to your city hall and get all the licenses and be legal and all of that. But here we'll have a shop, it's rented, everything is cool, so
we don't have a shop.
You'll watch us now.
Well, we're supposed to have a shop. Anyway, if you're going to spray, you must use the removable filters in here. Looks like skull, doesn't it? But you put it in here and you've got to use a mask. Joe's even got a full face one.
This is my mask.
I told him to get a full face mask.
This mask has served me well. Many jobs.
All right, let's go. Let's fill up the bank.
First, I'm going to open up my spray gun. This is a regulation spray gun. I'll pour in the lacquer. Just a little bit, because it's not a big chair.
What kind of lacquer? Clear?
It's clear gloss lacquer. A little bit of lacquer thinner, just to thin. Put the top on.
And, of course, we have a compressor that you don't see with a hose.
Now I will put on my mask.
And I shall put on mine.
And I'm going to spray legs inside and then go around. And you'll see all this to music. It'll be wonderful.
And allow us to do the dance of the praying mantises.
Now I will lock the gun in.
What?
The spring lock right onto the nipple. No remote.
I'm not saying a word.
Well, now it's anchored in.
Let's go. And this, of course, has an exhaust fan. Might want to set up a lazy Susan here.
Exactly.
But since we don't have one, or we forgot one, we're just turning it. But it's okay because we're not shooting the top anyway, so there's a good place to hold. All the lacquer is dry, so now it's time to do the really fun part, the padding. We've stretched the burlap over the springs to hold them down and stapled all around the side with this here. Now, the old sandwich was made up of a layer of cotton batting and the horsehair and more cotton batting I say free the horses. I've got a foam pony myself, and there's a piece of foam which I trimmed on the bias with the electric carving knife. No need to see that again. And I'm going to put the layer of cotton batting on the top. Now, to pad the side, there's your old pad, your cotton batting, and the new pad. It looks just about the same way, and that's all you need to do, and then it's just ready to lie down on. But what's going to hold all this in? You guessed it, muslin. Oh, the ubiquitous. Oh, the fabulous. So then we're just going to pull it down and tack it in at all four corners. I think I'll flip it up like this and just put one tack in here. We'll be able to trim that off later, and then I'll flip it over like this, being careful not to break anything. Break anything. I'll pull it over like this. Just pull the front tight and put one in there. Now you want some tension because that's what's going to hold everything in. Okay, now start working around. Got a pleat? No matter. Look, it's all going to come out in the wash.
Next time, we'll apply a sanding sealer and several coats of lacquer to this table, and we'll finish up with a good buffing and a polishing.
Oh, I can't wait. And we'll get to upholstering this yartar.
You know, I can't wait because I want to see this back dust.
And we'll have a guest to tell us about polishing the French.
No, that's French polishing, and he'll be demonstrating it as well.
Oh, so goodbye.
And be nice to your furniture.
Let's get us out of here, Montclair.